Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, right, okay, I know I've literally spent the last few days pretty much complaining about, Apocalyptica's Plays Metallica Volume 2, but it does have to be said, it's not really for me. I think, with everything they did on Volume 1, I thought that getting into Volume 2, it would be more of the same, and that would have been fine, because the premise, like the gimmick for it, is such a great one, and it doesn't need to it just again, my complaints about this album have been is that they just add too much to it for no other reason than just to add stuff to it. What they had was already such a great idea, and for proof of this, just go listen to Volume 1, and they don't need guests, they don't need interference, they don't need anything except 4 big ass cellos. But then again, since Apocalyptica are down to 3 guys now, I don't know why they couldn't get a 4th member at this point. I don't know too much about Apocalyptica to say yes or no to that. With that being said, we have only one more song to go. Technically there is one more, which is just... It's just some sort of documentary, it's just some kind of monster documentary or something like that. Maybe one of these days I will talk about the some kind of monster documentary, because it's literally Metallica at, in many ways, their lowest in terms of morale and in terms of the future looking a bit bleak. But then again, considering that was 22 years ago, and considering what Metallica have come out since, Death Magnetic, Lulu. Yeah, that's Death Magnetic, Hardwired to Self-Destruct, 72 Seasons, and SAM. Did I have a point? Probably not, but with that being said, there is still one more song to go, and whatever else, it is, of course, one. Now, curiously enough, this features both Rob and James Hetfield. Pretty much one of the lone guys out of, I don't know, Dave or Lars, possibly even Kirk. Why was Kirk never asked to do this? Maybe Kirk was asked to do it, but maybe he was busy or something, I don't know. Or even Lars. Why was Lars not asked to do this? I have no idea. But yeah, I honestly think this should be pretty interesting, because one is also, like many other times I've said in this video, is that to the massive heavy metal skeptic, songs like One, To Live Is To Die, Disposable Heroes, those are the sorts of things that if you are literally at all interested in starting with Metallica, and you don't really want to start from the very beginning, start at some point with anything from Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, or And Justice for All. Start with any of those 3, and then just see what you like, depending on your preference. Now, the only other thing I wanted to ask, this may not be too relevant, but you never know where we might get. Are they actually going to use clips of Johnny Got His Gun in this? Because, for those who may remember, the story of One, based on the novel Johnny Got His Gun by Dalton Trumbo, I think that was right. It's literally about what Metallica wanted to do is that they just wanted to use clips from the movie and then put them into the music video, as you do. Then they found out, I don't know, maybe Bob Rock found this out, but basically they found it would be far cheaper just to buy the rights to the movie, and then they could just put it in. So technically, Metallica are they hold the legal rights to Johnny Got His Gun, so there's that. Also, if you buy a copy of Johnny Got His Gun on DVD, it also comes with the music video for One. That being said, however, let's see exactly what happens when you put Apocalyptica into the driver's seat. Or rather, they're tagging... do you think they'll be tagging along for the ride when you got Hetfield and Trulio involved? We'll wait and see, but let's not wait any longer, shall we? Let's go. Is this meant to be what I think it is? Wow.
This is true or dream. Deep down inside, I feel to scream. This terrible silence stops me. Now that the war is through with me, I'm waking up. I cannot see that there's not much left of me. Nothing is real but pain now. I hold my breath as I wish for death. Oh, please, God, wake me.
Interesting.
Back in the womb, it's much too real. Impulse life that I must feel, but can't look forward to reveal. Look to the time when I'll live, fed through the tube that sticks in me, just like a wartime novelty. I'm tied to machines that make me be. Cut this life off from me. I'll hold my breath as I wish for death. Oh, please, God, wake
me. You know, I'm trying to hold out for this because I knew from the moment that they were just going to do acoustic, well, what I'm going to call choreographed talking as opposed to singing. I kind of knew that, yeah, as compelling as I was going to make a lot of comments about how actually, to be honest, trying to do this in the ruins of what looks like a destroyed Ukrainian city seems altogether real and far too profound. than maybe any of us would be caring to admit at this moment in time. But it's just, remember, one, they managed to get Hetfield to sing, and it and I don't know about you guys, but it works, because that despite the harrowing subject matter that happens in one, it's probably even more, it's brought to life a little bit by how Hetfield like growls and how he turns vicious. Okay, you know what? There's only one other way of like really putting this out there, because, and I'm not trying to like say, you know, just because it's better or anything like that, but I have to like put this out there because it's why I think it works and why it does and one doesn't, if that makes sense. Jamming version? Who the fuck wants a jamming version? I don't want a jamming version in my Metallica. Get that out of here.
Back in the room, it's much too real. In Punk's life that I must feel.
You can hear the sibilance, and you can hear the wail, the agony of when it falls on. It's too much. Back in the room, it's much too real. In Punk's life that I must feel. There's so much like, it's sad, and it's especially when it gets to stuff like when it the world is gone, I'm just one. Oh God, help me! It's like there's the problem is when it's literally just talking. It feels like you cut away from it, because why go to the effort of playing it on cellos and playing this gorgeous symphony and just have talking over it? Why do that? Is that like the most damning thing about this? Is that it's like taking halibut, beautifully poached halibut, and then just sticking some ketchup on it. Yes, it might. It's just not the sort of thing you do, is it? But maybe there is a better point to it, but...
Now the world is gone. I'm just one. Oh God, help me. I hold my breath as I wish for death. Oh please God, help me.
Now, again, I don't want to... It seems a bit of an unfair comparison, but what sounds better, that or... I didn't even... When did Todd in the Shadows do a cover of a review of Saint Anger? How have I say that I've literally not watched a Todd in the Shadows video for like 10 years. How did I not notice that? Anyways.
Help me.
So, yeah, as probably as powerful and as like and dramatic it was towards the end. And to be fair, 1 also has a very, very dramatic ending. Let's not beat around the bush about that. Something I also just kind of... The problem is, it does still feel rather conflicting with the rest of the song. And then again, considering I've done also... okay, you know what? I'll try not to, like, badger on about the problems I have with this, is that... Personally, another problem I do sort of have with this, and maybe this is just the last thing I'll talk about when it comes to this, is that despite the fact that it's called 1, why not just do like a pseudo remaking of the music video for 1, including the clips of Johnny Got His Gun? Because to the untrained eye, you wouldn't exactly know what they were talking about regarding the lyrics. I mean, would the untrained observer really know what they were referencing to when they say, now the world is gone and this war, I'm just one, oh God help me? I mean, I suppose why not just do something like, why not just do Disposable Heroes instead? Because I know again, war is like another very universal sort of thing, but then again, Disposable Heroes was more to this, and well, I don't know. Okay, I wish I could actually explain like what my issue with it. I think deep down inside I know really what my issue is that. It's like with everything else with this album, it feels like there's interference and there's things added that shouldn't have been added, and they take stuff away that they shouldn't have taken away, and it feels like it's the equivalent of like going from a fantastic like I said, like poached halibut, and then you just add things onto it for no other reason than thinking more means better. Less means better, and there isn't really anything else I could say apart from that. At the very least, I can say is that the effort is absolutely on display, and actually, I'm pretty sure if you literally isolated everything that wasn't cellos being played in this, there's a lot to really like about this. In fact, the cello playing in this is really, really fascinating. And it's the fact that even in the short videos that they had, and when you can see these guys actually play, you also know fine well how fantastic it is to listen to these guys go over and over. But I don't know. I don't know. I suppose, again, this all comes down to personal preference, but I will say, thank goodness that the original is not going away anytime soon, because this just makes me want to listen to the original. In fact, that's actually the thing that this album really does more than anything else, is that I appreciate a lot more the originals than probably I even did before, because it's good to actually try something really... But I suppose, actually... for the last couple of days, when listening to Apocalyptica cover Metallica songs on 2 channels, is that it has some really exceptional highs just through ambition. But with that being said, there were also some duds where they probably shouldn't have been duds. And there were some things in this that I just don't really know why they did it. However, all things considered, I still had fun with this. I may not... Maybe if Apocalyptica really did like have original content of their own, I'm sure they must have some somewhere, but I think I should check that out before I can comment any more about what I think about what they do next, because I think that's probably enough heavy metal cello playing for one day, if you ask me. But with all that being said and done, I want to thank all of you guys again for checking out Volume 2 of Apocalyptica Plays Metallica, and I cannot wait to see all of you guys again in the next video. Take care, and bye-bye for now.